Hey everybody, welcome back to Broke Gourmet. Now, let me know in the comments, how many of you have ever tried authentic shepherd's pie made with minced lamb? It's that hearty meal that they make over in the UK. Well, right here is a picture of an authentic shepherd's pie that my son and I made back in 2019. And I mean, look how beautiful it is. However, unless you're used to having lamb or especially minced lamb, it's an acquired taste. We did not enjoy it at all. So today we're going to be making its beefy little cousin, cottage pie. And the best part about it is most of the stuff we're already going to have in our cupboards in our fridge. So with that being said, let's head over to my tiny little kitchen, make some cottage pie, Broke Gourmet style. All right, first let's break down what we're going to be using in this inexpensive version of cottage pie. We're going to be using this. It's a 2.5 quart casserole dish. And everything we're going to be needing is right over here. And the best part is most of this stuff you probably already have hiding in your cupboard somewhere. So let's go over here and take a quick look. All right, so here's everything that I found. Most of the stuff I already had in my pantry or in my freezer or fridge, whatever. Here we have some frozen peas and carrots, pound of hamburger, onion, tomato paste, parsley flakes, thyme leaves. I'm using some stone ground mustard. You don't have to use any mustard at all if you don't want to. Worcestershire sauce. I found this white wine. I'm going to throw a few splashes in there. Red would be preferable, but I got this. You're going to need some beef broth. I don't have any, but I do have Better Than Bouillon. You can use regular bouillon. You just need some kind of beef broth. I got peeled garlic. You can use garlic powder. That's no problem. Just a bag of medium cheddar cheese, salt, pepper, potatoes, butter, and half and half. And of course, we're going to need some all-purpose flour for this. This is what we're using, but first thing we got to do is dice up this onion and get that peeled garlic chopped up. So let's do that real quick. So first thing I'm going to do is dice up this half an onion, get it cut up. And then I'm going to slice and chop up 4 cloves of garlic. You can use garlic powder if you like. Probably like a teaspoon of garlic powder would be just fine. Next is prep up the potatoes to be boiled for the mashed potatoes. And now we're going to get our beef all browned off. So just cook it until it's browned off. And as soon as it's done, we'll transfer it to a bowl. All right, now I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil in there. You can use any oil you want and start sauteing off our onions. And we'll let them cook for a minute, throw the garlic in there, let that saute off, but get a little translucent. And then we're going to put about a tablespoon, or I put about a tablespoon of tomato paste in there. Kind of mix it all up. Now for the vegetables. Kind of, you know, just try to get that tomato paste cooked off and get it into everything. And I use like a teaspoon of thyme, and that's a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm gonna get that flour all incorporated all throughout it, and now we're gonna put our beef back in and our beef broth. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of the mustard, and I put about a 1/4 cup of the white wine in, and 1 teaspoon of parsley. This would have been better with red wine, but didn't have any. Little salt, a little bit of pepper. Bring it up to a boil, turn it down and let it simmer. And now we're going to get our potatoes going. All right, this is looking pretty good. That's just the thickness I think we want. Now, I don't make this very often at all, so hopefully it turns out like I foresee it in my head. Now the potatoes are done. They're strained. I put them back in the pot. Now, I would prefer it if I had a hand mixer, but I don't. So we're gonna have to make these mashed potatoes the old-fashioned way. All right, so let's just mash these potatoes up real quick. I'm gonna throw 3 tablespoons of butter in there and about a 1/4 cup of half and half. You can use milk if you want. and just whip the crap out of it. And that's our mashed potato. And now we're just gonna put this thing together so all the filling goes on the bottom. Kind of spread it out evenly. And now we're gonna put the mashed potato on top. Kind of want to, you know, when you spread it out, try to keep it nice and clean. You want it to be about an inch, inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches thick if possible. Then I just took a fork and made some lines in it. Put a little bit of pepper on top and preheated the oven to 375 degrees. And the idea here is that we want to cook it until the potatoes get a nice little crust on it and some nice color. Now, I was going to put the cheddar cheese between the layers of the mashed potatoes and the mixture, but I forgot. So I guess I'll just let it cook till the potatoes get a little crust on them, and then we'll sprinkle some cheddar on top. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. That is looking like it's ready for the cheddar. Let's pull it out. All right, back in it goes. Let's give it another 10-15 minutes and see what happens. Now, it doesn't really look as pretty as I was hoping, but oh well. What are we going for here? Presentation or a hearty meal? And it looks like I got a mess to clean up. All right, let's pull this thing out. All right, let's see how we did. Oh, nice slow motion shot. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Well, there you have it. That's our down and dirty version of cottage pie, broke gourmet style. Now, let's take a quick bite and see how it tastes. I'm starving, and I'm sure it's fantastic. It's got a sweet flavor to it. I think it's from the wine. I'm pretty sure it's from the wine. But very hearty, potatoey, beefy, and I can't imagine anyone in your family wouldn't love it. And what I made there, you saw what I did. That'll feed probably 6 people. It makes quite a bit. So anyway, if you like this kind of recipe and you like what I'm doing here on this channel, do me a favor, like the video, smash that subscribe button, and we will see you guys in the next one.